Hello, Dr. Siegfried here. Tonight we're talking about one of the biggest problems going on around the country right now, and it's the cold and flu symptoms. I just noticed on WebMD that it's rampant in the southeast, and this time of year people have allergies, immune problems, etc. And what I want to do is just review why people get these problems to begin with, and why some people get them and some people don't. Well, when you get them, you have to be thinking about some kind of immune system problem. And relative to the immune system, you usually get symptoms like cough, colds, flus, fevers, chills, fatigue, things like that. You don't want to get out of bed. You feel cold and clammy, intermittent sweating, especially maybe at night. And there's a reason for all that. And the basic reason is your immune system is down. So that's the problem. So the question is, what's the solution? Well, if you watch WebMD or watch some of the standard medical approaches to this, they want to tell you to take some Tylenol, take some ibuprofen, take some Claritin, Sudafed, whatever to make you sleep better, maybe knock out a few symptoms, but it's really not doing anything to build you up. And that's the name of the game. You got to build yourself up. But let's review just for a minute. Why does this happen to begin with? When your immune system is down, you can't fight things. You just can't handle the stress and strains of everyday living. And at this time of year, we have hot and cold temperatures, damp, dry, all those things, and that taxes your immune system. So what can you do to build yourself up? The way you build yourself up is, or even just as a treatment, because it can be a treatment. And the first thing you want to do is avoid the white plague. If you've ever heard of the Price Pottinger Foundation, Dr. Price found with his travels that people that avoided the white plague, which is white flour, white sugar, pasteurized milk, fluoridated water, etc., those people were strongest. Conversely, when they got exposed to the foods of commerce, which is what the white plague is, white flour, white sugar, pasteurized milk, chlorinated, fluoridated water, etc., their immune system went in the tank. And interestingly enough, with his studies, he found that the first thing to go was he used the teeth as an indication of your overall immune system. And it's obviously there's a lot of people with a lot of teeth problems because we have dentists on every corner these days. So the point is, white flour, white sugar, pasteurized milk, chlorinated, fluoridated water, those things are major issues with your immune system. And in fact, when you talk about the immune system, what are you talking about? You're talking about your first line of defense, which is your white blood cells. And the way you build up your white blood cells, at home that is to avoid those things, drink spring water, and get yourself ionizable calcium. So what is ionizable calcium? Well, if you're drinking raw milk using raw milk products, you're going to be getting ionizable calcium. However, the quality even of the raw milk may not be enough to build you up, so you need some kind of calcium supplement. And I don't mean calcium Tums or things like that. You want ionizable calcium. So what does that mean? What we use here in our pharmacy is called CalMag, which is ionizable calcium, which is a little bit of calcium lactate and magnesium citrate, a special formula that mimics as close as you can get the calcium as it exists in the bloodstream, and that way it's available to what's called the white blood cell or the neutrophil, which is your first line of defense. Build those up. Cough, colds, flus, fevers, a lot of times will dissipate just by providing that. Other things you can do are, for example, the old-fashioned chicken soup. There's a reason for chicken soup being so valuable. But if you do that, you want to get an organic chicken if you can. That's the best. A free-range chicken, that's the best. You can simmer it, get your bone broth that way, put some fruit, put a lot of celery, carrots, and onions in it, and that in itself can be the answer to build yourself up. So that's from a food standpoint. But from a supplement standpoint, we always use our first thing that we use here from our pharmacy is CalMag, which is ionizable calcium, which is a special formulation that's been around since the 1940s based on the biochemistry of your bloodstream, which is the supplemental form. But again, if you're drinking raw milk, you're getting some of that in raw milk because the alkaline phosphatase has not been destroyed by pasteurization. Trying to keep this simple. Here's the review. If you got a cold, cough, flu, fever, things like that, try and avoid white flour, white sugar, pasteurized milk, chlorinated, fluoridated water. The solution is get some spring water. And I mean spring water. I don't mean just bottled water. Spring water from a spring or well water may be okay. And then you want to get, you can make the good old-fashioned chicken soup. And then you can add ionizable calcium from a supplement standpoint. What I wanted to say about the ionizable calcium, most of the calciums that are available are calcium carbonate, which is ground up oyster shell, which sucks up all the digestive juices, and it's hard to, and it create constipation. So you don't want that. You want something that's going to get into the bloodstream right away, and that's where ionizable calcium, or the one that we use here, is called CalMag. If you have any questions about this, feel free to fax, Facebook, email, call, whatever you want. I'd be happy to chat with you about this or respond to your email. But in the meantime, see what you can do for yourself, because this season, this is the season where, with the change of seasons, things like this happen. Next time, maybe we'll talk about detoxification. Hope this helps. If you know anybody this can help, please pass it on, share it. Thanks for watching.